A case for Azula. Azula is one hell of an antagonist. She is so multifaceted and everything she does has a reason. But Azula went through it just as much as Zuko did. And today I'm going to do a dive as to how Azula went from this to this. Ever since Azula was born, she was put on a pedestal by her father. She was the perfect princess, better than Zuko in every way, and in her eyes, the rightful heir to the Fire Nation throne. She even had what she thought were loyal friends. On the surface, she had everything she wanted. But unlike Zuko, she didn't find out it was all a lie until it was too late. Growing up, Azula was always heavily influenced by Ozai. And while her mother tried to be there, any good she did was automatically overwritten by Ozai. And she never cared about what Iroh had to say. In Avatar, love is a very prominent theme. And love is something that Azula never truly got. She only ever got respect through fear. Not even her friends truly liked her. Stick around for part 2 where I go into more specific scenarios. A case for Azula part 2. To recap my previous video, Azula is a 14-year-old girl heavily influenced by her father. Literally one of the most evil people in the world. She lacks love from everyone in her life, and it hurts the most from her mother. Contrary to popular belief, Azula isn't heartless. It may seem that way from the way she acts and has always acted, but she has feelings. And much like Zuko, she has no idea how to properly express those feelings. Hell, she even says sorry when she makes Tylee cry. She didn't have to do that, but she did. She's manipulative and conniving, but she's also genuinely saddened when she believes that her mother didn't love her. And then she tries to cover it up so she doesn't look weak. And again, like Zuko, Azula doesn't know how to be a normal person. She has to recruit her friends using threats. She has to rehearse a conversation with Tylee just to be able to talk to a boy, something a normal teenager would want to do. She can't even play a normal game of volleyball. Stick around for part 3. A case for Azula part 3. This girl is complicated. To recap my previous 2 videos, Azula is a 14-year-old girl. She receives no love from anyone in her life. She was constantly put on a pedestal and compared to her older brother, pushed to always be better than him, strongly believed that her mother did not love her, and the only love that she got was from this guy. Azula never had proper guidance. She was weaponized. No feel, only do. She was even named after Azulon, Ozai's predecessor and father. Again I say, Azula was turned into a weapon, given almost the exact same quest as Zuko was. Destroy the Avatar, retain her honor, make her father proud. Except she didn't have an Iroh. She didn't have a gang that loved her. And when they wised up and things started going south, they rightfully turned on her. When her father seemingly rejects her, she snaps at him, blatantly saying that he can't treat her like Zuko. This is the Azula that realized that she had nobody. She had no one. A case for May. I'ma just come out and say it. I don't think May gets as much credit as she deserves. While she is a secondary character, we still learn a lot about her. She grew up in a rich political family. She was an only child for most of her life until her little brother was born. And during the beach episode, we learned that her childhood wasn't the happiest. She couldn't speak unless spoken to. She had to stay in line to not jeopardize her father's political career. And as a result, she develops this flat demeanor. The beach episode gives us more hints about why May is the way she is. She rejects a gift from Zuko. It may be a reach, but I think I have a reason why. Her family was rich, and to shut her up, they probably pacified her with gifts that meant nothing. May is also not totally without feelings or emotion. She is loyal as hell. When Zuko returns, she welcomes him back. She doesn't care about his scar or banishment, she just wants him. She's open-minded. One of her best friends is Tylee, who is the polar opposite of her. She betrays her nation for Zuko and is ready to square up with Azula, who, by the way, was ready to freaking kill her. May is so much more than just Zuko's gloomy girlfriend. A case for Tylee, and a case for individuality. When we first meet Tylee, she claims that she is truly happy. Her aura has never been pinker, but that's not completely true. She still has a lot of growing to do. Tylee isn't on screen a lot, but we still learn a lot about her. She grew up with 6 sisters that looked identical to her. In her own words, it was like she didn't even have her own name. She then ran away to the circus to no longer be part of a matching set. So it's kind of ironic that she ended up being a Kyoshi warrior, right? I don't think so. Even after joining the circus, she still got roped into Azula's plot. She still wasn't able to completely be herself. And despite being a talented fighter and chi blocker, a lot of people still only focused on her ditzy outward appearance. And then she defied Azula and ended up in prison, where she meets up with the Kyoshi warriors again. And they bond and allow her to teach them. Becoming a Kyoshi warrior wasn't the box she was forced into. And it wasn't a hasty decision she made out of rebellion. It was a path that she chose freely. She wasn't forced to be like her sisters anymore. Instead, she chose her sisters and is valued as an individual.